Welcome to the Social Slice Podcast. My name is Alicia Henley.
And my name is Noble Crawford.
Social Slice gives you a slice of marketing, branding, and social strategy.
From some of the top influencers in the business, we dive into the best practices, tools, and tips
to help you connect, engage, and grow your brand. Grab your slice.
All right, folks, welcome to yet another episode of the Social Slice Podcast. I'm your co-host, Noble Crawford. I am joined by Alicia Henley and our special guest today, Gail Lovelace Menasco. And Gail, I hope I got that correct. But Gail has a bachelor's degree in marketing from University of Central Florida. She has a passion for online marketing. What's that?
I'm sorry, Bachelor's of Science, not Master's.
Bachelor of Science, University of Central Florida. She has a passion for online marketing and search. Works with enterprise companies as well as local companies to kind of understand their language and the way they're using online, what's trending, seasonality, and also enjoys technical SEO, which is, of course, what we're here to talk about today. But Gail's also a storyteller by nature and speaks at various events throughout the year, including TEDx recently. So congrats on that. And Gail also is an avid skydiver for 7 years. Also scuba dives since 16, I believe. And she has a passion for creatures of the deep as well as sharks. So with that, Gail, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So before we dive into technical SEO, I have to ask you about this scuba diving with these sharks and things. So what prompted you to get into that? Diving with the creatures of the deep.
Well, when I was a teenager, I knew I had this passion for sharks. It started at a really young age watching Shark Week on Discovery Channel. Steve Irwin was just like a role model of mine growing up. And so I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the water with sharks. And I actually started planning a shark diving trip behind my mother's back when I was a teenager. And got scuba certified, got nitrox certified, paid for it all with my after-school job at Smoothie King, bought plane tickets, and then I let my mom know a week before the trip that I had booked the trip, got certified, got this nitrox certification, and that I was headed to North Carolina from Tennessee to swim with sharks with 15 men I didn't know. And she wasn't pleased, but she let me go, and I never stopped. And I was just in the Galapagos about 6 weeks ago, getting to live the dream of diving with schooling hammerheads at a really remote location called Darwin in the Galapagos. But I love them. I'm a big fan of sharks, and I'll never stop diving with them.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It is. You are a brave soul.
I just love them. I mean, they're beautiful creatures. For the most part, they don't want to eat you, minus the accident that happened a week or two at Coco's Island. But to me, they're just majestic creatures, and I don't really think they look at scuba divers as food. But I'm not there to provoke them. I'm not there to get in their face or ride their fin. I just want to take their picture. I want to film them. I just want to be in the presence of them.
So we'll get into technical SEO, which is a little less frightening to me.
Okay, good.
All right. So I'll open it up with the first question. So if you could explain to us, I understand SEO, just traditional SEO, but what is technical SEO and why is that so important?
Well, technical SEO is kind of like the foundation of SEO. You want to make sure that your site can be found. that Google can index your site, that great content that you're putting out there is being represented in the best light. So you may have heard of off-page SEO, like getting relevant quality links to your site, or on-page SEO, the content on the page and how quality or the quality of the content of your page. And technical SEO is really focused on making your site and content accessible to search engine spiders. And I mean, if you're putting in the time to create great content, you want it to be found, and you want Google to display your meta descriptions, and you want people to click on that listing and come to your page and convert. So you just really need a good foundation so your content can really shine.
Well, let's get into some of the most common SEO errors that you see out there on the web, whether with your clients or just in general, that just kind of, are nitpicky to you, like, oh, we could just tweak this a little bit, or this should be like this. What are some common errors you're seeing that you would improve right away?
Sure. So if you don't mind me picking on you a little bit.
Pick on us.
If you go to socialslice.o/robots.txt, you can see it says disallow /. You're currently disallowing Googlebot and other robots to crawl your site. So Google can't even access your site currently today. So that would be a technical SEO problem. So right now, if you Google even your podcast name, you don't see a nice description show up under your homepage, and that's because you're blocking robots from crawling your site in that robots.txt file. So that's a very common mistake. And so you would want it to not have that / there, because you're saying disallow pretty much every page on my site.
And how do you know if common... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, what's your question?
I was saying, so if you don't type in that / how would you know if it is enabled or to Google to find?
So anybody can access your robots.txt file, and it's getting educated on the things to look at. And so that's why many companies will hire someone to look at their SEO. They know what to look at. They'll crawl your site and see problems that may come up if you're not an expert in SEO. But a lot of times people just think that SEOs are just doing like black magic, but really we're just looking at those things to make sure that Google can access your site and that your content's being presented in the best light. Such as the title tag on your homepage doesn't say anything about podcast. So it's hard for Google to even understand this is a podcast. And just like basic elements such as well-written meta descriptions that would make someone want to click on your listing, relevant title tags based on how people are searching. Like the last episode you created, like the DIY social marketing or social media.
Right.
No one's searching that, but people are searching for how to use social media for marketing. So that would have been, or that could be a better title for that episode and a better title for your video. And so part of just SEO is using the language of the searcher and being able to understand what are those slight differences of how people are searching and what's the intent of the user. And that's not so much technical SEO, but that's still a very important part of SEO. But many times I see sites who don't put any type of research into their pages. They don't have a plan for their title tags. That may be the same title tag throughout the site, the same meta description throughout the site. Improper use of redirects. Many times I see a site that goes from an HTTP site to an HTTPS site, and they might leave both sites live, which is now creating duplicate content, and Google's not sure which page to show. I'll see sites that don't even have an XML sitemap, or they have the incorrect URLs in the XML sitemap, or it's not submitted to Google Search Console. And speed is really big. Speed is a ranking factor, and many times you'll go to a site and it's really slow. It's got very heavy images that haven't been compressed, and it's really slowing down the user. And if you've got a mobile searcher that comes to a site that's not wanting to load all the way, right, they leave. So technical SEO is very important because you want the user to stay on your site, and you want them to convert or click or buy or read or interact with your content.
Right. See, that's one thing I love about this show. When me and Noble started, we get to learn for ourselves too. We're learning with our audience when it comes to some of these topics. Yeah. So thanks for showing us that.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah. I'm thoroughly embarrassed now, but it's all good. I'm just playing.
Okay,
no, that's good stuff.
You don't know what you don't know, and
what's even sadder than that is when you know it and you just don't do it. So, but that's good because we have some things to go back and fix. But the robot part, that robot.txt, I didn't know about that. So that's good. I would definitely we'll definitely get that fixed.
Okay, good. You want Google to be able to access your site.
Absolutely. So next question. Well, I'll let Alicia tackle the next question.
Okay, because
sure.
Yeah, this was a question that I had. So there's tools for everything. There's tools for you to create your auto social media and automate. What are some of the tools that you would recommend that improve SEO marketing? Like you said, speed has a role in SEO and the technical side. So are there any specific tools that you use or that you would recommend?
Sure. I have a lot of tools. Well, one, like for speed, there's Google PageSpeed Insights. It's pretty aggressive. So just know that going into it. There's other sites I can send you links to that are also a better indicator for load speed or that sort of thing. The Google Keyword Planner, this used to be accessible to everyone, and it's still anyone can access the Google Keyword Planner, but as far as trying to look at keywords, however, Google buckets these keywords saying this keyword has anywhere in between 1 and 1,000 searches, or this has anywhere between 1,090 or 1,001 searches to 10,000 searches. And you're like, well, that doesn't tell me a whole lot. And Google will show you that information if you have enough spend attached to that account for a paid. But there's other search tools like SEMrush, and that you can purchase. It's about $1,000 a year. And there you can see other related searches. You can crawl your site on there. You can look at some basic problems of your site. You can see what you're ranking for. You can see what your competitors are ranking for. And if you don't want to purchase that license, you can call me up. I've got a license. Moz is a great tool for also tracking keywords. You can also do a crawl on Moz. You can look at inbound links to your site and inbound links to your competitors and compare your site to other competitors. And Screaming Frog. This is a great tool. If you don't have a lot of pages on your site, you can use the free version of Screaming Frog. But I think if you want to crawl more than 500 pages, then you need to purchase a license, which Screaming Frog is dirt cheap. It's like 149 euros a year or something. So very, very inexpensive in the SEO world.
Right.
And now we'll just essentially send a bot through your site, and you can see a full crawl of your site and be able to look at some initial technical problems.
Awesome. Well, we will have, so Google Page Speed Insights, the Keyword Planner, SEM Rush, Moz, and Screaming Frog.
I say that's a great starting point. You're doing pretty well if you're using all of those.
All right. We'll put some links for those in the show notes so folks can access those resources. We appreciate that. So right now, real quick, we are going to just do a quick transition to a product highlight, something that's kind of got me jazzed up, and I know it does for Alicia as well. So Alicia, we'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so our product highlight, we haven't done this in a while, but this is something I'm excited to share. Our friends over at Catchbox have provided us a social slideshow with our very own Catchbox Lite. So if you don't know what a Catchbox is, it's basically the world's first throwable mic, and it's created to build engagement, whether it's in a conference room, event setting, anywhere you want to interact with someone. Gail, for instance, you were doing TEDx talks. Instead of having those mics in the aisles, you could actually take this mic and throw it to whoever has your question, and it mutes while it's in the air. You can drop it. You won't get those thumps. And it actually has cushion covers on it. So that part of the mic is what will be customized for Social Slideshow. And you can get this fully branded for any brand you want, customized. And that's something that I like about. We're big on branding here. And Catchbox is also big on branding and helping you engage with your audience. So shout out to Catchbox. If you're not following them, you should be. They're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, but go to their website. It's called getcatchbox.com, and you can find out all the information you need on them there.
Very cool, very cool. And Alicia, I know you had the opportunity to use one recently when you were in New York doing a talk.
Yeah. And for the ABIT Summit, I had mine there. We're engaging. I mean, some people like it, some people are afraid of it, but either way, I threw it. Somebody ended up catching it, and we interacted. You know, it takes the room to a different vibe. People seem a little bit more open to ask questions. So it was fun.
So so it's this kind of foam material with the mic housed inside. Now, do you just do you toss it, or do you like Tom Brady hurl it at someone?
It's kind of like a chest pass, you know. Okay. Some people are just getting their Tom Brady. You know? It kind of depends how the room is set up. There was a couple of glasses everywhere, so people a little bit scared of that. But yeah, it's about this big, and you just toss it.
Nice,
it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm excited for us to use ours at the next event, and maybe do a little interactive podcasting live. So that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Well, all right. We'll have some information for Catchbox also in the show notes. But Gail, we're going to jump right back into it. And the next question, Gail, I have for you is really about search engines, the different search engines. So, of course, obviously Google, but then the Bings, the Yahoos of the world. Who should we be most focused on when trying to adapt to these different search algorithms that these different search engines have? Should we concentrate on Google, all of them? I mean, where should we focus our efforts?
So every time I'm in Google Analytics, the majority of traffic is coming from Google versus Bing or Yahoo. However, really create awesome content and allow it to be found, and optimize your title tags and meta descriptions and images, and still do all the right things. You don't have Google saying, do all these amazing things, and Bing saying, don't do any of this. They all want you to write great content and let it be found. And so users want to go to your site and spend time on your site. So I would say the optimization's still the same, no matter who you're trying to optimize for. Now, things are a little bit different from optimizing like a video per se than a page. But Google just wants you, and other search engines want you to create content that they want to showcase. Many times you might see those rich snippets show up where you ask a question and Google's even answering it right there with an expert from your site. And Google wants you to put that information on the page and let it be found by them.
So you said it's a little different on the Google side. What are some things to keep in mind when it comes to technical SEO with a page that has videos on it?
So one thing with the video, you want to make sure that the video is answering a question of the searcher. What is the video content? And does a search engine like Google understand what the video is about? So let's say it was like that DIY social media. If it was how to use social media marketing, that could be the title of the video. And so if that's the title of the video in YouTube, that will show up there when you embed it on your page. And I recommend embedding a video versus doing like an iframe. But still, you want to let Google know, what is this video about? If there's a transcript to the video, put the transcript on the page. Within the video itself on say like YouTube, there's an area for tags, to be putting in relevant tags that people are searching to really fully fill out that description, because everything is not just based on one keyword anymore. It's essentially like a topic, a cloud of keywords. What are the other questions related around this? What's the other language people are searching? You can have one page rank for many different keywords. And so to make sure you're really incorporating those into the description of the video, to the content on the page that your video is embedded on, such as like if the video is how to use social media marketing, then you want to make sure that the page that you've embedded that video on is about how to use social media marketing or something of that nature. You want to make sure that it's relevant. Many sites I see may put like 4 videos on one page. The searcher doesn't want to come to a page and try to decide which video to watch on that page. Highlight the best video most relevant to that page on that page. There's something called schema markup. So that's even to further let Google know, what is this video about? What's the title of this video? What's the description of the video? What's the length of the video? Tell me about this video. And mark up the video with schema markup. And you can go to schema.org and look up video object markup. And it'll probably put you to sleep, but it's there. And to think about, what else is my video about, and making sure that's included everywhere even like in the description, a full URL to the page that you're trying to promote. So not just your site, but maybe even to the page where the content lives. And making sure you're including like that HTTP protocol or HTTPS protocol. If not, it won't be a link in YouTube. I'm trying to think, but essentially that's a good starting point for video SEO. And then here's one thing. Some people will, in their content on their site, they'll just link to their YouTube video. But then what they're doing is they're sending the searcher or they're sending the user off the page. They're probably not going to come back to your site. So keep the user on your site. You know, if they found the video on your site, you want to keep them there, embed the video on your site versus sending them away.
Got it. I have a quick follow-up question to that. I'm going to kind of ask you to maybe peek into the future a little bit, but you know, I've heard people talk about the coming day when Google is able to, you know, maybe extract the audio out of a video, whereas now Google reads text. They'll perhaps in the future be able to get the metadata from the audio of a video. Do you see that potentially coming down the pipe at some point?
So Google may potentially be able to listen to the audio. We've got machine learning, AI happening all around us. But then Google has a lot of sites to crawl and a lot of sites to look at. And it wants, those bots need to be able to get the information they need quickly. And so I still think Google is going to need our help with marking up the videos with schema markup, really telling it what's the most important thing about this video. Because it may be how to use social media marketing, but that may not be said anywhere in the video. So you still want to let Google know what is the most important theme of this video. And I don't really see that going away, but you never know.
Got it. Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Alicia, you want to wrap with the last one?
Let's do it. So, was this earlier this season? Maybe it was last season. We had one of my friends in New York. We talked mobile marketing strategies. So, how important is it? Is technical SEO from a mobile standpoint?
Well, mobile is very important. Many times when I'm looking at Google Analytics, I'll see more than 50% of the traffic to that site is coming from a mobile device. And Google is moving to a mobile-first world. And you may even see in search results saying, like, this page is mobile-friendly or this is not mobile-friendly. And so you can test your site to see if it is mobile-friendly. You can Google mobile-friendly test and put your site on there and see if Google views your site as mobile-friendly. But really, being mobile-friendly is about the users coming to your site. If users are coming to your site via mobile, you want them to be able to buy that thing that you want them to buy. You want them to be able to read the content. You don't want content to be cut off. You don't want images to still be loading. It's really about the user experience. And if they can't navigate around your site easily, if they can't figure out where to go, then that's not really putting your searcher or your user first or your customer. And as we are moving to a mobile-friendly world and we want to shop online and we want to read content online and we want to listen to podcasts online, you want to make sure that people can find the content from their mobile phones.
Right. Technical SEO is interesting. And the thing is, what we do with it in audio and visuals about creating an experience for an event or whatever it might be. But technical SEO is the same thing. It seems like everything you stated is basically based off of how somebody wants to view our site and how they want to experience it once they get there, or if they can find us.
Right. And
Okay.
if someone comes to the site and objects aren't loading on the site, then that's a bad user experience. And
Right.
so you want to make sure that the right content is able to render on the page, that Google sees as mobile friendly, that your customer has a great experience that will ultimately lead to them seeking out more content from you or buying more on your site or whatever the goal is of the site.
That's good stuff.
Got it. Gail, we appreciate this. This is good. This is good stuff. We have a lot of work to do here. So,
Yeah.
but this is useful because not only for, our own websites, but for the listeners out there who, just don't understand. I know SEO is important, but I haven't really put the pieces together to understand, why it's important for specific things to be done a specific way. And so you definitely shed the light on that. So we appreciate that.
I think the most important thing is to write awesome content. Because many times I go to a site, like even your homepage is very light on content. So actually put the content on the page. And you may hear web designers saying, oh, no, make it clean. Leave the words out. No, don't leave the words out. Put the words on the page that you're trying to say and really try to talk to your searcher and think about how they might be searching for the content. And then you want to make sure that that content is accessible by Google and that your meta descriptions are filled out to write character links. Your title tags are really showcasing what is this page really about. And so really it's just creating amazing content and letting searchers find that content and want to click on it.
What you do with technical SEO is kind of aligned with what you do as your hobbies, because it's like you're deep diving into SEO, with the technical part of it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, whenever I find something, I really get into it, and I like to get into lots of things. So you may call me a multi-potentialite, but then I want to specialize in everything I find.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it keeps me busy.
Well, Gail, we are going to end with the last segment of the show, and that is the lightning round. So with the lightning round, you have 60 seconds to answer as many random questions as you can. And the way we'll do it today, I will be keeping time. Alicia will be asking you the questions. I will alert you when there's 30 seconds left, and then again when there's 10 seconds left, and we'll go ahead and get this thing ready. Get this thing started.
Okay, all right. I'm getting nervous.
All right, Gail, you ready?
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Where would you rather be from, Mars or Venus?
Oh, I'm going to say Mars. It seems like a more habitable planet.
You roll out of bed 30 minutes late. You have to decide between bad hair day or wrinkled clothing. What do you choose?
Bad hair day. And
Would you
wrinkled
rather?
clothes. Man, I'm just going to brush my teeth and get out.
There you go. Would you rather skydive or scuba dive?
Oh, gosh. I love them both.
30
It
seconds.
depends what's in the water. If there's sharks in the water, scuba dive. If there's nothing in the water, it's a cold lake, then I'll go skydive.
All right. What's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink? A margarita.
There you go.
Nice.
Rock and roll or country?
Rock and roll.
10 seconds.
What age do you wish you could permanently be?
25.
Cable TV or streaming service?
Streaming.
And time.
Okay, that was good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. How many we knock out? Was it like 6 or 7, Alicia?
That was 7.
Okay, all right, not too shabby. That's about the average for the lightning round. About 7. That's pretty good. Well, Gail, we
60
appreciate.
seconds is the length of a skydive.
Yeah. We stumped you with that one. Scuba and skydiving.
Oh, that's great. Well, Gail, we appreciate you playing the lightning round with us. Let us know, where can the listeners, if they want to get a hold of you or find out more information about you, where can they find you at?
All right. So a few things. You can find me at GailLovelaceMenasco.com if you just want to contact me or inquire about like SEO services. Also, I've got a podcast called Experiences You Should Have. And in each episode, I interview someone new about a unique experience in the world and give you a how-to guide to make it happen and answer all those different types of questions. So you can always message me on there too, experiencesyoushouldhave.com. But really the website or there, you can subscribe to that on iTunes. And hey, maybe one of you guys could come along and tell me an experience you should have sometime.
Sounds like fun.
Well, awesome. Yeah. So we got a couple of promo items to mention. Alicia, what do we got today?
That's right. Again, season 2, we got some more giveaways. First up, let's talk about the Peerless Peer Air Pro product. Basically, it is for you to use digital signage, watch content. Like I said before, you could put this in some unique places, co-working places. If you have a techie and they have a really cool home theater, it would work there as well. But the way you enter to win this product for the holidays, you have to follow us on Twitter. So that's at Social Science Show. So follow us for that. And if you got some techies in your family, enter that because it's going to be a great product to have. And also, as we mentioned before, we are giving away a slice of pie. Don't worry, Gail. I'm just kidding. You saw her face. We're giving away a whole pie on the Social Slice Show. And basically, it's a holiday pie. Once again, we like food here, so we're going to keep incorporating that in the giveaway somehow. And with the pie, on Twitter, you tell us your favorite type of pie and follow it by the hashtag pie slice. And then we will be picking someone in a few short weeks so we can get that out for you for the holidays. So,
yep.
Let's go.
Awesome. So Gail, if you don't know, this Peerless device that we mentioned is basically, just in short, it's a device that allows you to wirelessly stream video content from whatever source you have to your display. And so you don't need the cable to run in between. So if you have a Blu-ray player or a gaming console and you want to stream it to your flat screen, it does it wirelessly in HD in real time. So that's the Peerless, it's the Peerless HD Pro piece we're giving away. So it's pretty cool there. But we'll definitely have links to all of that in the show notes as well. And Gail, I got to tell you, we appreciate you jumping on with us today and just dropping knowledge bombs about technical SEO. So I know I certainly have learned a lot in a short amount of time. So we appreciate it.
Good. We'll take off that / off your robots.txt file. I'll help you out.
It's going to be the first step, I'm sure. No one's going to get on it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, Gail. Thank you again for joining us. This has been another episode of the Social Slice Podcast. We'll catch you all next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the show. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Jump on over to iTunes to leave a rating and review. This will help us improve our ranking and grow our brand. We appreciate your feedback.
Also, be sure to check out the show notes on socialslice.io, where you can link to all the resources mentioned in today's episode.
Want to join us on the show? Or you have an idea about a future topic? Follow us on Twitter at Social Slice Show or Facebook at Social Slice.
Tune in next week as we bring you more tools, tips, and strategies to help you connect, engage, and grow your brand.